And hello, and I'm really looking forward to this session actually, because like I mentioned just before, I love the practical tips and the ability to actually get that get those insights from real world stories up. Now, this session you're going to be talking about both coPilot and Cursor, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not very technology. It's more a methodology and a REX, a return on experience. And I'm very happy to share this with you.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Hubert. And with that, why don't I add your slides over to the stage, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. First of all, I will introduce just the planning. I go fast and introduce myself, and then we go deep in the experience itself. So I work for Extrabrica. Extrabrica is a small company providing services around building product, technology modernization, and consulting. And of course, we are doing AI for a long time now. And this session will speak about one experience. This is our customer, many French company, but also international. Not very important. About me, I'm very happy to share the floor with very famous people in this conference. I'm work mainly in France for Learning Tree. I was a trainer for 20 years for Thales, and more international. I work recently for Rakuten, a Japanese company. So on. It's not very important. Rakuten is important because it's where I learn some stuff about AI coding assistant. And this is a story, but I want to speak and not read this story. The idea is my main customer for Extrabrica is launching an AI initiative, but they were stuck last year with no perspective. Starting an AI project in 24 is not sure to finish it before 25. And I was just starting my position, and I said that at Rakuten we discover AI coding assistant, and in few days we are able to prove that the productivity and the wellness of the developers can be better. So this customer asked me to provide this a service, a support service, a consulting service for his team, and 6 team was deployed simultaneously, about 100 person at the beginning, and finally it was 80, and that's this journey I will tell today. So what we do, the idea is to be faced to the some developer pressure. Some developer already use the tools in Shadow IT, and also some business units are very autonomous in this company, and they are able to deploy all these new tools without the agreement of the security or the HR or the corp. So my customer is a CTO of the corporation, of the group, and he want to manage and to control that because these tools are new. They can be scary. They can perhaps share some secret code all over the internet. So we have to manage that. That's the initial need, is to control the deployment. The challenge is to find a solution, a secure solution, and to be able to measure the success or not. So it was the name of the project. It was an experiment. The idea is to test, and if it's good, we continue. If no, we stop. And the other challenge was to convince the CISO, the security team, and some skeptical developers who are not very convinced by these tools. So what we did, it's a very simple, a very methodical approach. We start by a strategic planning phases with a strong sponsorship from the CTO, and the CISO was embedded at the beginning, and he he discussed with us, and he shared some concerns, and we try to respond to all these points. We also plan a project with a gradual deployment, not in one day, not a big bang. First team, we adjust for the second team, etc., etc. Another very important thing of the project, it's the support by free AI expert with many experience. And for the 2 DevOps team, we also manage. One of the AI expert was a DevOps guy. So he can talk the same language, Terraform, Helm, and doing cursor with Terraform is not the same to playing cursor with Java or .NET. We put also some channels with teams to build a community because the experts are not available 24/7, and perhaps the experiment team can help itself every time when the experts are not connected. And we also set up some ceremony to measure it continuously. At the minimum, every sprint, the tech lead have to report us the result about the code coverage, the quality gate, etc., etc. That's the main project. Now we can go deeply in detail. So the analysis in the diagnose was done by interview. I mean, we try to ask why, to identify the pain points, and we also ask what are your current tools you are using in each team, because it's a big company and they use several languages, and we have to identify the right tool. Mostly covering the common IDE utilized in this company. In the second phase, we select the tools. So it was coPilot and JetBrains, and we test, but we cancel the usage of Continue with a local LLM because the power of the laptops was not enough. And we go on the cloud solution. We also define some criteria for team selection. The subject is we cannot deploy this kind of AI assistant tool in a brand new team with no organization, no metrics, and no existing code because the risk is too dangerous. I repeat, it is an experimentation. We don't want to break everything. We just want to test something. So we should select mature teams with good practices, metrics, ability to repair if something is breaking, etc., etc. We also define some technical criteria and security criteria about all the communication should be encrypted. We should have the certification from the editor, the software vendor, that the security is respected, etc. They already have a contract with Microsoft, of course, like many companies, and GitLab send us a consulting a software architect and a consultant to re-ensure everyone's. And the third phase was the experiment itself for 6 months, and we drop the number of developers. At the beginning, 100 was selected, but when we see the usage on the first weeks, first months, we cancel the licenses for the less motivated people. This was mainly externals, contractors, not involved in the project. So and it was not the skeptical, but was people with other issue in the company. We want to focus only with motivated people. We also, during the experimentation, before deploying, we did a kickoff with the management and all the tech leads. At this kickoff, the GitHub solution architect was here, and as I said before, re-answer everyone. The team itself was onboarded one by one, not the same day, with a 3 or 4 days gap between, to improve the process and to better response every question, because every time is the same asking, etc. So we did some whiteboard with a post-it game to define what you are scarier of, what you want to do with the AI, etc. To fix and to identify what is the imagination of everyone at the beginning of the experience, and we did the same at the end, and they see by themselves the gap and the success of the experimentation from the beginning to the end. We proposed to have one expert for 2 teams. The expert is very close with every team. He know everybody by his first name and able to recognize which language he's using. So he was very close to be also reassurance and to be confidence with the support. And at the midterm, during after the first quarter, we also did a midterm meeting with all the metrics and a large conversation with everybody to listen what is running well, what running bad, and also what we can improve in the support provided. So it was very important to adjust at every moment. So this is a photo of the project. I already say everything. We can see the IDE and the tools we use. I prefer to speak about the team, because I was not alone. I'm speaking today alone, but I was not alone. There was a delivery manager with me, providing all the supports, planning the scheduling the meeting, etc. The 3 experts, very good guys, and recognized, very popular in GENAI in France, and I was lucky to have them. And Chuck Dural, it's the guy from GitLab for the kickoff session. It was very important also in the project. The planning going from October we start to end of March. Some workshop we did also at the first quarter. It was we take the end of each developers to help them, etc. At the second part of the experiment, we did also some workshop more focus on topics. Some topics was code review. How can I do a code review with my GenAI coding assistant? Okay, how can I refactor project? How can I improve the unit test generation, the code, the unit test, and also the data. Some sample of UI generation from wireframe or screenshot. Also migration from view 2 to view 3, but in the real code. It was not a demo. The team come with their needs, and the expert helps them to do that. And the meetings are very short, 30 or 40 minutes. In 40 minutes, all the base code, the code base of Vue 2 application can be migrated to a Vue 3. So it was very efficient, and they take in their bag the experience for the next time. We also did a workshop about SQL and everything running around the DB, optimization, index, naming convention to rearrange a bad structured database, etc. And also, one or two teams are using PLSQL and very legacy code with old version of Java, etc. And they was very skeptic. But with JetBrains, they also became more confident because they be able to reverse engineering the code, better understanding, do the documentation, and it was a good start to a modernization. Some conclusion, benefits and lesson learned. I say we measure everything. We try to measure everything because some teams didn't play the game every time. But we can be sure today that for 80 developers, some as everywhere, some are very good, some are middle range, and other are not the best. But in the meantime, in the globally, the productivity was increased about 10%, from 5 to 20. We reduce the time to code. We can measure that more features were provided during this period. The documentation grow. The code coverage grow from 60 to 85. We try to be sure that the quality of the code was not degraded. So every team selected should have a sonar monitoring active, and we ensure that the grade, the notation of the code was the same or better. And we also measure a return on investment by adding all the expense the customer paid. So the Exfabrica prestation with the project team and the expert, the software licenses, the time invest in the meeting and the workshops, and we subtract the time saved, and the time saved was expected by the some survey we did, and also by a formula. It's not very strict with these numbers of about the productivity and the reduced time to code. So we define that the right time saved is about 3 hours per week. Sure, it's not very optimistic. It's the lower of the response we have, but this formula says that the money we spend here and the money we save there, the return on invest for 6 months is 150. So it's a way to say to the customer that it was a good project. The quality is very important. Many papers are coming out actually about quality of code after using the GENAI tools. We were very vigilant about that, and we see also a movement from the beginning to the end of the project. At the beginning, the developers start to use only completion. They start to use completion, and at the end, they do more prompting to solve the problem or to write code. So it's completion to vibe coding, we can say. But we also notice that the juniors, the low experience developer, have to be more drive, and because at the beginning they accept every suggestion of the AI coding assistant, and we told them and we insist on the fact that they have to be critics and they have to choose what they write. They are responsible of the code. We also add more. we see some rigor about the upgrade support, but it was very specific, no specific. We try to check and to verify the technical depth was reduced by more documentation, more tests, and we accelerate some framework migration or library migration. Some caution and risk. We face as everyone with AI to hallucination. So sometimes there was a big bugs in the code produced. So that's why in the team selection it's very important to have a team with a CI/CD running well and test. We also sensibilize everybody about proprietary intelligence property and security, as I say at the beginning. So everybody working on a critical or very sensible project was not allowed to participate to this experimentation. About the framework, ethical framework required, we also secure the fact that all the library used and everything used suggested by the AI have to be approved by the company. So we stay in the frame. It was not the open bar. What we do differently now, some internal blockers were revelated. As I say at the beginning, it was 100% and then 80 because some people was not very convinced by this project, and we have no time to lose. It was an experimentation. It was not changing their life. So we prefer to eliminate that, and we can have 1 or 2 weeks more productive if we did it before. The KPIs, also tech managers, tech leads saying, yes, we will do KPIs for you. We all are ready to provide the DORA metrics, no problem. And when we start the project, we see that there are very many difficulties to provide some KPIs, some numbers. And the tools, coPilot and Cursor, for example, provide some metrics of usage, and they was not set up at the first days. So we deploy, and only 1 month after we look about the usage, and we were surprised by some team was very effective and other not. And the next step for this customer is to deploy worldwide the solution, and they will select only one, coPilot. Because coPilot did a big effort on the last 6 months. Cursor was better, far better 6 months ago, but now the gap is less, even if some people prefer always Cursor. And we also have a platform engineering initiative with this customer, and we will integrate coding assistant and sharing the coding rules, etc., in the platform engineering initiative. So this is part of the developer experience. And over subject about AI, we have some agentic project. So I put here some recommendation, but I say already everything. As in every project, there are early adopters, but also skeptics. Be careful about the skeptics. The early adopters can be ambassador for the project, and you have to take care of them. And also we use them to have an internal wave of the popularity of the project. We also need, and it was good, strong sponsorship, I say, from the CTO, the CEO, and also the CISO. So that's that. And security, I say also already. I keep some time for question. For the HR, it's not a very often subject talk. when you do AI code with a coding assistant, it's a good way to for your brand and to attract talent, because many of companies now is uh, trying to attract developers, etc. And if you propose to in the job position that the position is able to, the developer is able to use coding assistant, it can be a difference to attract the good one. And the developer are proud also to use it, and because it's very it's on the hype. A recommendation: start small, measure often, uh, because the ecosystem is changing every day. Avoid annual licenses, stay on monthly, because perhaps today coPilot is good and Cursor very good, but with the OpenAI announcement about Windsurf buying, perhaps next month Windsurf will be wonderful. I don't know. So, if I am a advisor for information technology officer, you have to be agile. And also the training is not the only way. They have to practice and to see demo and to go to meetup and to go to conference to learn every feature, because these tools category is going very fast in the new with a new feature. And keep human in the loop. Don't let the guy alone on the screen, and don't only deploy licenses. They have to be accompanied. So that's all for me. I hope I'm on time. You listen to me?
There we go. Sorry, I wasn't on stage. There we go. Yeah, no, you are on time. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for the session. And actually, a couple of things. The go with monthly versus annual licenses is really interesting. It's actually what we do here as well. And every license I buy, whether it's bulk or whether it's base 44, I always do it as monthly, because yeah, you literally just don't know when the next thing's going to come out, and people are just going to massively adopt to it. When you're looking at large scale deployments, though, so like across an enterprise, is that still an option? Would you be able to get like hundreds or more on a monthly, or would the enterprise level licenses force you more into an annual program?
I think it can be negotiated, but the sales of the editors will try to sell you a good price with an annual for all the enterprise. But
Yeah.
you have to be strong. Perhaps not monthly, but just look a quarter. You can engage for a quarter. It can be a good compromise to have a good price and to don't be locked.
Yeah. One of the things that it really reminded me of was security champions programs, and a lot of the lessons learned, particularly with the graph of, start with these individuals. Those will naturally want to then share it with others to show their progress, and then you get the next, almost like in sort by amount of doubt there is. Do you have security champions programs at Xfabrica, and is that a similar model that you based it on or learned from?
No. It's very experimental. We are not very organized about that.
Gotcha. Okay. And in terms of celebrating success, how was there any means whereby when folks did manage to achieve certain things, you were able to reward them? Maybe not with anything like compensation, but nice good gestures of appreciation and those types of things.
That's words we tell to the tech leads with all the team. All the success should be celebrated. On our side, also with the management at the mid time and end time, we do a restaurant, and because it was a very good project. When I did, I calculate the ROI. I was very pessimistic, but the reality is high. But I prefer to not be too optimistic. And internally, we saw the difference on the faces from the beginning. The first meetings with the guy looking about this tool, scary that this tool, because this tool can steal his job, and at the end that he finds that he is better than the beginning, and it was very, very different. And so we provide some kind of badge of the team doing the best things, etc., for competition. It was very funny.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. And yeah, no, and actually that's kind of similar as well to what I've seen in the champions programs, which is cool. Which is, you know, it's good that it's working in multiple places. I guess one thing, different organizations have different policies, I guess, on how much they want to roll out any kind of tool. Doesn't need to be an AI tool, could be a security tool, could be any kind of tool. Some mandate, we want you to use this tool, this process. Others say, look, we would like you to use this, or this is available to you. We can share with you why this might be useful to you. We think, you know, here are some of the value that other teams are seeing. Is there justification to use different, you know, either of those approaches at different times? Which would you tend to opt for?
Good question. I have no good answer for that. Depending of every team, every mindset. I'm not sure that by forcing the things it's working. So we have to convince by pushing the news. If you have a sponsorship coming from the high level, and even in the company, in the communication, in the newsletter, internal newsletter, you communicate about that. People the most skeptic and against this kind of thing will come at the end. So I have no very good response for that.
Yeah, no, I think what you kind of said is right. It's like you don't want people who are skeptics to push against it even more. So the more you try and force someone to do something, the more they're going to push back as well. And I think you're right in the sense of people should jump onto these because they want to. Yeah, exactly. And also because they see value in others working with these tools as well. And I think that's a much more healthy, giving people that option as well enables people to have a more enjoyable role as well. So yeah, that sounds great. We're pretty much, I think we're pretty much at time. We are exactly on time. So Hubert, thank you very much for sharing your experiences. It's been very, very valuable. And we appreciate you supporting the conference. Thank you. Thank you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.